Here we have a Gigabyte GeForce RTX 3080 Vision OC overclocked, and it came in for repair. Before we open it, let's see what the customer wrote. I'm reading his ticket for the first time, so we'll do it together. Upon reassembly of my RTX 3080 card, after replacing its thermal pads, I accidentally threaded a screw through the wire that powers the LED on the face of the card. Upon powering on the card, resistors fuse near the LED connector blew. Card is still fully functional, however, LED logo no longer lights up. Would like the damaged cable replaced, repaired, as well as the damaged parts on the board. Link to the image of damage. Let's take a look at the image. And we see that the customer punched a hole through that cable, which caused damage on those components here. I do not know if we can figure out what those components are, but we're gonna have to open the video card and see what's going on inside. And as for that cable, I do not know if this is a standard cable that we can buy that is readily available, or if it's something special to the 3080 card. So based on what I can tell from this picture, those two components are 0 ohm resistors, possibly an 805 size SMD. He has some comments also, maybe repairable. That's an expensive mistake. Let's take a look at the video card. And that's one nice video card. It's the overclocked version. And that's how it looks like. Alright, so we're gonna disassemble the video card and I'll be back. We took the video card apart in 2 pieces. That's the cable the customer is talking about, but honestly I do not see any punctures onto that cable, and I do see the damage on the motherboard here. The damage right there. We'll take a look at it under the microscope, but first I want to take a look at the cable to see what the customer is talking about, because right now I cannot see it. We're gonna start with cable number 1. And I do not see anything obvious on this cable. I mean, this is a shrink wrap. This is a shrink wrap, and it's a hard, tough shrink wrap. Let's check the other cable. Okay, I'm not seeing a damaged cable here. I mean, honestly, those cables, they look good. I do not see any punctures in them, and I do not see any holes in them. The shrink wrap on those cables is pretty stiff and quality made. It's quality. Let's put this on the side and take a look at the motherboard. And on the motherboard, I can tell there's a big burn mark here. The 2 missing resistors. The board is fried from this area. So hopefully we can still get to those pads. One way to find out. We're gonna apply flux. Use a big soldering iron tip. And we're gonna use our premium wick, fume extractor, and let's start wicking. And that's one big mess. One big mess. I want to see if those 2 pads should be connected horizontally like they are now, because solder automatically flew that way, making a connection horizontally. Meter in continuity mode. Let's test from Same here. Same here. Okay, so I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better because right now what we have to do is we have to connect two resistors in parallel, just like the ones on top. That's what we have to do. We're gonna apply some flux. You know, if you look on the top here, they have a mask that separates this from this, but they are really the same line. Same line, same line, same line. Same on the bottom. It's not gonna look pretty like the resistors on top, but it's gonna be the same. The functionality is the same. And now we have to grab, I believe this is an 805 size resistor, 0 ohms, and let's see. Gone with the wind. And that's why I have so many missing resistors. I take one out and 10 of them decide to fly to the 9th dimension. Is that the same size? And that's exactly the same size, I believe. Same size. Great. And we need one more. Let's try not to lose any resistors. My camera is not in focus, but unfortunately I only have two hands. One holding the tweezer and the other one holding this resistor cord, whatever you call it. What's up, man? Okay, so let's put this one on the side. Now there's a connector right next to the resistors. The connector is right here. This is a plastic connector. We do not want to apply hot air, because if we do apply hot air, then we're going to end up melting that connector. And then we're going to be in for a lot more work, and we have to order that connector, and it will start to become a nightmare. So let's use our soldering iron to solder that resistor on. Soldering iron is the way. And maybe we can use the knife tip. Let's see how the knife tip works here. Beautiful. Let's move it just a tiny bit like that. And we're gonna do the same for this. I'm trying to avoid that connector, so we have to rotate the board in a way where we're gonna solder safely. Safety is key when doing these type of repairs. The video card is expensive. Let's measure one more time. Meter in continuity mode, and let's measure from here to here to here to here. So this is acting as one block, and the same goes for this one here, and the same goes for here and here. Okay, so we have 4 blocks of 2 resistors each block. Hey, thank you. More packages. Lately we've been getting a lot of iPhones for screen replacements by mail. People are no longer taking them to local repair shops, they are sending them here. So right now we soldered the damaged components, and like I said, I do not see anything wrong with the cables. I hope that those components are not going to blow again after we plug those cables back in, but we'll see. So Big Boss was reassembling this board so he can test it, and he noticed this cable, it was shoved inside here. So we took this cable out and we noticed the damage the customer is talking about. The reason the components blew on the circuit is because the screw, which is ground, it punctured the positive side of the cable. So right now, if you look, that's the area that got affected right here. The shrink tube is already out, as you can see, and the affected area is here. If I rotate the cable, you can see that the screw punctured this positive line here, and it created that spark that blew the components off the board. So all we're gonna do right now, the wire is still good. All we're gonna do right now is we're gonna wrap it with electrical tape, and that's it. Job is done. Right now, I do not have a black electrical tape, but I do have an orange one. I heard that orange is the trend right now, so so we're gonna give the customer an orange tape over that wire. It doesn't matter if it's orange or green, or, you know, I have orange, I have green, I have yellow. The only thing I do not have is the black. So cut a small piece, and we're gonna wrap that cable. So I wrapped the wire, and I'm gonna continue with the wrapping of all wires together. And backlight factory in orange. What do you think? Backlight factory in orange. I mean, the cable is good. No need to change that cable, and I do not know where to get that cable from, honestly. But the cable is good. The only thing with the cable is the insulation, so we re-insulated the cable using electrical tape. I wrapped it twice, and then one wrap around all the cables. Everything is good. I may not be able to test it here. I think I'm gonna take it home to test and make sure it's working. And we'll finish off the video after the testing. All right, so I brought this video card home. I installed it on my home rig here. I did this off camera because I cannot hold the phone and install the video card at once. So everything is installed. The cables are plugged in. Display cable is plugged in. All we have to do is boot this up and see if we're gonna see the light on the logo here. The customer did mention that the video card is functional. It's just that he lost the light on the logo here. He pointed us to the burnt area on the motherboard and the cable. We did fix the cable by wrapping the cable with electrical tape. I did not see much damage onto the cable except for the insulation on the cable. And we did fix the motherboard area of the board. We're gonna test to see if that logo will light up or if something is going to smoke. I doubt anything is going to smoke, but we have to be prepared. And if I see anything, I'm gonna shut power of the power supply that we have down here. For now, let's go ahead and turn it on. And yes, the logo lit up. Fans are spinning. All right, so everything's good, everything is working, and the problem is fixed. You. Job well done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.